G'day everyone, it's Chriso. This is a bathroom I did when 5 or 6 weeks ago, and they haven't quite finished it yet. It's a ensuite, so the doors have got to go on, and there's a cabinet going up there. This was all designed for an open shower, but the Sparky came along afterwards and said, oh, it's not code, we can't have a power point there, which I didn't know, and he's able to put it on the other wall outside the bathroom and a power point there. Oh, what's that? No, that's the light switch. Okay. So now I'm doing the bathroom, and I was going to do it the same, but things have changed, and that has to stay because the light switch could be moved to here outside, but then they're still wanting a power point there, and it's not code because it's too close to the shower. So what it's going to be now is a shower screen, not an open shower. So I'm going to make the width of it 900 and come out to me from the wall a metre. I'll put a niche in there, so I need to come down the side of that tie down. That's got to stay. That ties the house down. So I'll run a bit of a bit of timber up there. So that'll be the width of my shower screen. Here I'm going to tile all that window there, and they'd like a vertical niche outside. Well, do you call it a niche or a open shelved cupboard? So I'll cut this out and go from about 2 meters down to say 150, 200 off the floor. I'll trim that out, and then they can put in their nice little glass shelves, so it'll look quite cool. I'll frame it in black aluminium. I'm not into mitres. Black aluminium around that niche, and the shower screen will be black aluminium, and the shower nozzles and all that will be black aluminium. So that's cool. Cool! So what I'm going to do today is zap my height pads and screed the floor. I just might use a level in this case. A long level. Too easy. Easy peasy, people. That's my height, that's my governing height. Easy. Oh. What else? There will be cornice on top of the tile again in this bathroom. So we're good to go. Let's get started, Chriso. I'll bring down some mud out of my van and get started. See you soon. This is Chriso. Stay tuned to my channel. Subscribe if you haven't. It'll be worth subscribing to. You'll learn heaps. See ya. G'day everyone. It's Chriso. What I'm doing here is I've put out water, and now I'm sprinkling glue. It's called the slurry. I'm going around my outside at the moment. Some tilers mix it up in a bucket and use a broom. I'll do that, well, I used to do that when I did builder's work because the floor was always clean. But in reno work, you always have a dusty, it's always dusty. And it's pretty hard to get it super clean. I just friggin' stood in the polyurethane, which is a bummer. You get that. So with a dusty floor in renos, the way I do it is I throw down water and then I sprinkle out my glue or cement, as long as you've got something. It's called the slurry. So what I'll do now is go right around the outside. I'll go across here at 900 and across there at 1 metre, nice and level. All my outside will be nice and level. I will then fall it to the drain there by splitting it. Fall it there, fall it there, fall it there. We're laughing. It's a big tile, so the rest of my floor is flat and level. I always use the bagged mud. It dries so superior. To just normal sand and cement. There's a few additives in this. It dries way better, way stronger. I like to have it a little bit wetter than most tilers, but that's just sort of the way I prefer it. No biggie. When you're learning, I do recommend you keep it fairly dry. But if you're a professional or you do it all the time, you might want to try your mud a little bit wetter. It's quicker. before I waterproof, I must just check my bottom that it's nailed off properly before I go waterproofing it. It's all good. Where's my long level? Oh shit, there it is. Stop looking! It's right there. A lot of times I use a laser level, but this is all pretty basic, people. My concrete is, I thought it was a little bit more accurate. My concrete is out a little bit. When you're using wood and float, people, and you're screeding, always try and make sure that you're flat and level all the time with your wooden float. Which is a bit of a biggie. Alright, so I'll mix up some more mud and I'll carry on around and I'll come back to you. And then I'll do that, level off there, level across there. That's my shower. I'll see you in a minute. So what I'm about to do now, people, is I'm making sure I've got slurry down, which is glue or straight cement. What I'm doing now is I've got right around there level off, it's level. So all I'm doing now is dragging it back. There are 6x6 tiles, so you don't go for full. Everything outside a shower can be flat and level these days. Your tiles are too big to try and get full. Only full your shower, people. When your straight edge isn't long enough, you might find a bit of timber outside or whatever, or on a building site, or on your, if you're doing your own home, you might be able to find a bit of straight timber. If you can't, this is how you do it. You go across, and then I go across like that, then you go across like that, and then across like that again. Like I said before, I always have my mud a little bit wetter than a lot of tilers. I find it way easier to pull back, quicker, faster. If you like it dry, do it dry. When you're a beginner, it's easier. Alright, so I'll put another bucket of mud down and I'll just keep dragging it back. I'll mark out, I'll bring that down 900 there. So I'll keep dragging back till I reach my 900. Everything gets a little bit cramped, but that's just part of it. You can mix up, and you know, like this has got a garage and I could be mixing in the garage, but then I've got to cart it down and come down a few stairs, and nah, I find it a lot easier just to mix in my room and do my last bit. I'll just mix a bucket load out there. If you find you've put too much water in, don't worry about it. Just keep adding your sand and cement until you get it to the right texture. But in a 20 litre bucket like this, I usually put in about 70 or 80 mil of water. If you accidentally put in 100 mil, don't worry about it. It'll end up a bit wet. Just dry it out by adding more of your mud. I've got enough slurry out there, yep. My bearings are starting to go in that mixer. I don't know if you can hear it, but when it does eventually shit itself, no biggie, you just buy another. It's not that old, it's probably only about, what, a year and a half? But it gets a bit of a hammering. So when I see smoke coming out, it's time to throw it out. Right, I'll drag this back and then put down more slurry and drag back some more. Mix up another couple of buckets. I got told one time that I should actually wait a month for my mud to dry. Well, I've never heard so much shit in all my life. But because don't forget, people, this is how old's this house? Oh, easy 20 years old. So if I have any moisture in my mud, this slab is sucking the hell out of it, sucking the water big time, so it dries even quicker. Don't forget that. So when you think, oh, or someone tells you it needs a month to dry out, no, it doesn't. It's summertime now in Queensland, and I'll be coming back. Today is Tuesday. I'll be back on Friday to waterproof this. This wooden float, or fiberglass float, it's only to make your screed look pretty, people. You do not try and flatten anything with it or make your floor flat. It's just to make things look a little bit pretty. Whenever you're going off a straight edge, that is what you do. Don't try and make it flat with a wooden float. DIYs, that's not how you do it. You'll never get it flat. You always get it flat with a straight edge. The reason why I use glue and not cement, because I don't use cement very much now, because I buy everything in the bag. I've got to get some more water. Once I come across to that line, then I'll do my shower, and I'll show you how that gets done. Run out of mud. Back in a minute.